What's up, guys? This is Justin, the Board Game Roamer, and I'm bringing you the playthrough of Avalon the Adventure board game, part of the Dungeon Crusade, and part of an amazing game that I think you're really going to love. So this is kind of sort of a series. It's the beginning part of a series playing through Dungeon Crusade. The reprint is coming soon on GameFound or probably Kickstarter. But at any rate, there's a reprint coming through, and I've been working with Roger. We've been talking, and there's some changes to some mechanics, some options, some variants that I think you guys are going to like that people have been asking for that have to do with movement and some other things. And so we're going to showcase that in this full playthrough because it's a great game, and I just want to play through it again. And I'm going to use some of that new stuff in this full playthrough to show you some of the basic gameplay. So if this is your first time with the game, that you've never heard of Dungeon Crusade, you're going to get an idea about it. And then if it's not, hopefully this will show you some of the new stuff and all that. So let's just jump into it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to play the Avalon Adventure board game. So there's the full dungeon crawl component, I guess you would say, which is the Dungeon Crusade game, board game, dungeon crawl part of it. But as a precursor to that, as a separate add-on that you can get, is the Avalon Adventure board game, which is in and of itself kind of like a mini game. We're going to be traversing the lands that enshroud the Dungeon Crusade world, and you're going to be going around and you're trying to find these glyphs and collect these glyphs to kind of be able to enter in those dungeons and complete these quests that you would play in the normal game. So we're going to play through that. Like I said, it's really kind of a standalone that's just fun to play through, or you can use this as a way to kick off your full playthrough of Dungeon Crusade, because what's going to happen is as you go to these lands and you do all this searching and do all that stuff, you're potentially going to get some items like these potions of rejuvenation. You're going to potentially get some equipment, money, stuff like that. And all of that will carry over into what you begin the game with when you go play the dungeon portion of this. And now the rule book does have some ways to generate some like random amounts of money, and then you can go through and arm your folks, buy stuff and kind of give them, they all have starting weapons and all that, but you can kind of do it that way. But this is a very much more thematic way, and you potentially get some great loot. I mean, it's tough. I filmed another, because I had not done this in my original playthrough that I did, and I got to literally the last roll of the last turn right before I would have finished. I died, which was very, very sad. Because I just had a series of bad rolls. Like at one point, it was ridiculous. Like I needed to roll some stupid low number, and I swear I rolled like 10 times, and it was like I don't know what was going on. The dice did not like me that day. But at any rate, that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to get down to the table. We're going to check that out. I'll kind of explain how I started, seeded everything, and then we'll just get started. The heroes that I have here, when I play through this, Roger did want me to play through with the full complement of all 6 heroes, which is not what I did in my original playthrough. I played with basically the solo rules and 2 henchmen, which basically meant 3 players. So it's going to be a lot going on, but I'm going to enjoy it. I didn't get to play with it with 6, so I'm excited to do that. So let's look at the board, and we'll just go from there. So here's the board. So this is your Avalon Adventure board game board. You have the full area. We're all going to start. We have a party marker here. We're all going to start over here in Hope's Reach. So basically what we're trying to do is you can see that there's these runes in all these locations. So there's basically 3 regions, essentially a green, red, and yellow region. Although that looks more like brown, but it's yellow technically. And so what we've done is we have a stack of cards. So here is all of the red region's cards. And so we randomly drew 3 of these, and that's how after we randomized the runes for each of the regions, we put them out based on the top, the 3 that we pull out of here. And so these are potential locations of the runes that we're trying to seek. Now, there's 3 per region. 2 of them are not the runes that we want, like the ultimate, like the actual red rune, green rune, green rune, yellow rune. But we got to search through that. So what's going to happen is we're going to forget that we needed to get some tokens that I will over here, set to the side because we'll be using a lot of these tokens. Let's open it up. There we go. All right, cool. And our money too. So we're going to be going through and we're going to be searching these regions. So what's going to happen is essentially you just go region by region. You're going to go into a region, an adjacent region. So let's say I go here. I'm going to look at the name of that and I'm going to say, okay, if this is, in this case, Old Orchard Grove. I take the stack for that region. I find Old Orchard Grove. And then there's going to be, a card that matches that. And so the card has a bunch of text on it. All right. A whole bunch of stuff going on. What you're going to do is you're going to roll a D12. So I roll a D12. So I rolled, a 9. So I look on this card, 8 to 10, boom. So it's going to say, here's what you do. Randomly select a hero, da-da-da-da. We're going to play that out. And if I'm in a location with one of these runes, when I get done processing this card, I'm going to flip this over. And we're going to see if it is one of the runes we're looking for or if it is not. Now, the two of the three that are not the runes that we're looking for are still useful. They're basically rerolls that we can use in this, or if we can save them, which I think I was only able to save like one in the last playthrough that I did off screen. We can use those as rerolls when we play the actual Dungeon Crusade. You also potentially get these rejuvenation potions, which are awesome, and they say on the back, right, 3 health, 3 essence, which is huge because usually the potions are like individual things when you go to play the full game, so you don't have one that'll do real great on both. Those are really, really, really good. So I'm excited about those. Hopefully we can get those. But we'll flip that over, and then we're going to mark with a marker that we went to that location. And we're going to keep going, right, until we find all the runes. And ultimately we have to find all the runes, and then we have to get back up here to Hope's Reach. You'll notice that there is some writing here, D12, D6 for explored and unexplored. So once we go to a place the first time, we roll the D12, see what happens. The second time, we roll a D6. And I will tell you, the D12 is really what you want. I can't talk. Why is that? That's crazy. The D12 is what you really want because the higher the number, the better it is. So the D6 is like 2 out of the 3 things are going to be battles or fights. Like, so you don't really want to go back somewhere, but you might have to, depending on like something might happen or like the path you take. But so I generally try not to revisit the same place. Also, part of what happens is you're going to notice these decks over here, right there. So there's a bronze, silver, and gold deck. So these are pre-created item decks that have items, right? That's going to have your weapons, your armor, all that sort of stuff. So potentially, based on where we're at and what we roll, we may be able to pull an item from this deck. That item, like I said, will go essentially to us to be used in the full playthrough. So I'm hoping that we get some good items or a lot of money so we can really, start out strong. Also, what else? The fate track. So if our heroes are KO'd or killed, they're not really killed, but what happens is they'll regen some amount of health and essence, and we'll move this fate track up, right? And then if we ever get it to the skull, so basically 4 people die, then we lose. And that's what happened the last time. So like I literally got like right here and I was like, okay, I'm gonna roll. If I roll decent, now I pulled the card, I rolled it, I rolled really low, and it was like, I want to say it was one of those things, it was like choose a person to make, like it was a trap or something like that, or an ambush, and you just essentially rolled to see if you didn't take damage, and I took damage, and I had like 1 hit point or 2 hit points, and I wasn't able to like use the reroll to save myself essentially. So, but it is what it is. So down here, let me show you our characters. A little bit over, make that a little bit easier. Okay, there we go. So here's our characters. We have Sarbrinis Darren, who's a knight. Zeke Ultar, a wizard. Maheliak the barbarian. Paulum Ganymede, the rogue. Jorah Oakhart the priest. And Kane Redfeather the ranger. So each of these 6 heroes is essentially a different type. So you kind of have like your knight, your wizard, your barbarian, your ranger, your priest, your rogue. So there's kind of 6 types. There are some expansions with Dungeon Crusade that you can get that will give you more heroes to play with. And honestly, I don't remember which ones of these are like from the original or not, but that's what we're playing with. So what you're going to see on this is you're going to have some basic stats for a lot of the stuff that they're doing. So all of their warfare values, which is basically how well proficient they are with weapons, and then other things like strength, movement, lockpicking, evasion, hiding, all that sort of stuff is also going to be on here. And there's a card that I need to get out. All right, so you got a couple reference cards that come with the game. All right, they're two-sided cards. But for the purposes of the Avalon Adventure board game, these cards are going to tell you what all of these stats are. So just to go over it right quick, and I know it's kind of hard to see. You'll see it up close when we do the playthrough, but just so you kind of have an idea. So you have your attributes. You have strength, willpower, wisdom, agility, movement, lockpicking, hide, and evade. And there's different things that those like tests and stuff that will check those abilities. And then you have your warfare values, which are physical, ranged, arcane, mythical, spiritual, and chaos. And so each hero essentially, like for example, let's take Maheliak the Barbarian. He has a +3 in chaos, +2 in physical. That makes sense. He's got a 0 in ranged, a 0 in mythical, so not great, but then he's got a -3 and a -2 to begin with in arcane and spiritual, which makes sense. And so they're all kind of crafted. Like the wizard is really good in spiritual and arcane, but he's horrible in physical and chaos, right? So it makes sense. So that's what their stats are. Also, they are you can potentially level up each of your heroes in the full Dungeon Crusade game to 3, and there'll be different ways to do that. And they all have a class rating, which is kind of confusing to begin with because you think class rating. It's not. It's basically a way for monsters to prioritize if they have 2 options. The class rating is just a number from 1 to 3, so it helps you if you have to break ties on monster attacks. That's why that's there. But at any rate, that's what we're going to do. So I think without further ado, let's get started. So we start here. We don't start with our fate completely gone because that would just be horrible. So let's go back here. All right, cool. So, well, let's go to the Orchard Grove. So again, we're going to draw this card, and we're going to read what the card says after we roll our d12 to see what we get. Remember, we want high numbers. Okay, 6, not great, but maybe it means we won't have anything bad. So 5 to 7, as the heroes are traversing the grove, they enjoy the cool shade of the massive trees blocking the blazing sun above them. All right, so middle of the road, nothing bad, nothing good. Most important part is we didn't take damage because, geez, that's always the worst. So we'll set that over here. So we're going to flip this rune over. Oh, okay. Heck yeah. All right, so we found the green one. First shot. Sweet. So, like I said, there's 3 of these, right? 1 green, 1 yellow, 1 red. And we're trying to find those. So now that we've gone to that spot and we've processed that spot, we're going to put a marker here. Say, hey, we've already been there. That is literally like, that's all you do. Now, if we ever went back here again, right, if we came back and for some reason we had to come back here and then go in there like that, we have to switch over to the D6, right? And that would probably be really bad with a 1. So the good news is we don't need to worry about the green rune anymore, which means we don't have to go to these spaces, okay? Because we found the green rune. However, if we go to these spaces, then when these flip and we know what they are, we're going to get that reroll. So it's not like, I guess it wouldn't be a bad idea per se to go there. I mean, there's 2 yellow ones right there side by side, so I kind of feel like we kind of would go that way anyway. But I always trying to figure out the shortest distance. So if I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. Okay, so it's the same either way. Let's just go right across. How about that? So we're gonna I'll just hang out in the green region for a hot minute. So let's find chapel. Really? In the back. Cool. Alright. So let's go look at the chapel. D12. Ooh, okay. Was a 10. So 8 to 11. Heroes enter the sanctum of the chapel and find an ancient healing tome. Select a hero and test wisdom. On a success, the hero reads a passage. Okay. So, heroes enter the sanctum of the chapel and find an ancient healing tome. Select a hero and test wisdom. So, important note, it says select a hero. It doesn't say select a random hero. So, we could choose who we want. And what I've done is I've put these markers, which you'll also use when we do the Dungeon Crusade, the full playthrough, to give us the numbers for the folks. Just if we have to choose a random person, I just roll a d6 and that would be the person. So in this case, this is all about healing, so it's not going to matter. But let's go through the exercise because this is going to teach you how attribute tests roll. And again, I'm going to look at this and I'm going to say, okay, well, what is wisdom? Wisdom is, this looks like a brain with like a eureka moment sort of coming out of it. So I'm going to say, well, who's got the highest wisdom? In this case, it's the priest and the wizard. Again, right, tracks thematically. So let's choose those. Let's choose Zeke, because I like wizards. So Zeke is going to roll, and we're looking for a test of wisdom of 10. So when we do a test, we're going to do some rolls. We're going to make a roll, and then we're going to add our wisdom score to it. All right, so the way we do these tests is we're going to take a d20, and we're going to add the wisdom. So we're going to need, our target is a 10, got a +3, so we want 7 or better for a success. And holy crap, we rolled a 15. That's pretty good. So that was successful. On a success, the hero reads a passage from the book correctly. And it says roll a d4. Wow, all right, that was great. The result is health restored to all heroes. So everybody would get 1 health. If we'd have failed it, then something else would have happened. If you can read it on the screen, great. If not, I'm going to let you find that out for yourself. So that location is completed. If I can pull out these, grief. Come on now. They're not that hard. So, boom, done. Whiterun Chapel has been, has been explored. So now we'll move over to Taul, Taul, not Tawl. Where are you? Of course, you're in the very back. All right, so I'll go down to the rolls to see what it says. First, you can see pretty good there. So let's roll. Oh god, a 2. That's probably not good. Okay. So this is where we're gonna have some battles. So 1 to 2 battle. One cold night, the heroes are awoken by the sound of many dogs profusely barking in the breeding house and villagers yelling, "Blackwood prowlers to the west!" As the heroes exit their billet, they are quickly met by Hanan Roning, the village elder, asking for 3 of the heroes to dispatch the prowlers, while the other 3 protect the village. Randomly select 3 heroes. All right, so let's go down here. So randomly select 3 heroes. So that's going to be Sabrinius. That's going to be Kane Redfeather. And that's going to be Paulin Ganamere. There's our 3 folks. Give each hero a d6. So give her that one. Doesn't matter which one you give them. I'm just giving them the ones that kind of match with their thematic color. So red being physical because that's kind of the class of Brinius. Purple being kind of the rogue class, and then ranged blue for Kane. A Blackwood Prowler has 3 health and a toughness of 4. Each hero must combat 1 Prowler. Each round of combat, a hero rolls a d6. If the result is equal to or exceeds the Prowler's toughness, deal damage. If the result is lower, the hero takes 1 damage. All right, so let's do this away. So we've got 3 tokens. Actually, here we go. Let's use this. So each have these d6s. Each represent Prowler's health. And there we go. So it said a health of 3 and a toughness of 4. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll a d12 for each of those. Right. We're going to add their strength, and it's a toughness of 4, so we got to beat a 4. Right. So I'm going to roll all these. Way to do this. Let's roll them down here. That's fine. So we'll roll them all at the same time. So each round of combat, right? All right. So we have a 5, a 4, and a 1. So again, remember, we're adding. See that? 1, 5. Remember, we're adding. Oh, that 3's backwards. Oh, gosh, that other 3's backwards too. We're adding their strength score. So Sabrinius has a 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2, which is not 4. So he's going to take a damage. So I've got, I should mention this. So you can see these are their cards. I've got these 3D printed sliders that does not come with the game. That was something on Etsy that I found, which was super helpful. So we're going to move that down to 9. He took a damage. We have a 5 plus 1 is a 6 for the purple for Column. So that goes to a 2. And a 4 plus a 1 is a 5, which is more than 4 to Kane. So boom, done. First round of combat completed. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. All right, yeah. Well, 10, 11, and 12. So everybody hits. That was a 2. 2, 1, 1. All right. Next roll. Okay. 10, 4, 2. Okay, interesting. So remember, we're adding the strength. So we have a 2 plus 2 is a 4. All right. Which it's equal to or exceeds. So that Prowler does take a damage, and then each of those are at least 4 or more, plus their strength. Boom, those are taken out. Now, the only one left is Cerberinius, who hasn't killed his. It's important to note, like, they can't gang up on his, right? So it's not like I'm going to roll all 3 of these again and they all get a chance to hit. They deal with their, they're dealing with their person, and that's who they're going to fight until they're gone, and then after that, they're done. Cool. All right, so come on. We just need 1, Success, there it is. 7 plus. Boom. Gone. Out of here. All the prowlers are defeated. So, like in this case, right, we didn't really get any like benefit other than, fortunately for us, we didn't take a bunch of damage. So, like, I mean, that's a benefit because trust me, you take a bunch of bad rolls later on, it's no bueno. That is what happened to me. That's what happened to me the last time. So, boom, put that on there. Go to the next location. Just put that off to the side. We're going to Logan's Tower. It is actually right here on the top. Cool. So we're gonna roll the beautiful bean footage. Oh my god. Okay. 2. Approaching from the frozen structure from the south, the heroes enter a torchlit foyer with an icy snow-filled stairway leading to the lower level of the tower. Each hero, so everybody's gonna make this check. Ooh, must test agility 13. On a success, the hero steadily descends the stairway. On a fail, the hero slips and falls down the stairwell. Roll a d3. The result is damage taken. Youch. Okay, so, oh goodness. Yeah. All right. So our target number is 13. So we're just gonna start. We're gonna start here. Work our way 1 to 6. Target is a 13. And I'm just going to go ahead. So one of the cool things that Roger did back in the original, and I'm assuming he's doing it now, is he actually did include a D3, even though we all know how D6 works to make it that way, but it's just cool that there is an actual D3 in here. I appreciate that very, very much. So we're going to start. We're just going to go across. We're going to see what happens. Oh, Lord Jesus. It's Brennus. All right. He's got an agility of 1. Our target number is 13, so we need a 12 or better on the d20. We did not get a 12. He takes 2 damage, so he goes 9, 8, 7. This is not what I was hoping for. Zeke, same thing. Need a 12 or better. Passes. Awesome. Maheliak, he's got a agility of 2, so he needs an 11 or better. Wow, he fails horribly. Well, that was way up. He takes 3 damage. Oh, I guess 12. Yowzer. Paulin. Oh my god, a 3. A 6, nowhere near. It takes 2 damage. Goes to 7. Oh, see, this is. God. Wait, why are these not? I must have knocked these around. And this is the point where if I had the rerolls, that would be super beneficial. But since I don't have any of those at this point, not helping. Jorah. Holy. That's a 9. It's not enough. She takes 3. She goes down to 5. Kane has a +2, so we need an 11. Get a 15. Great. And that is. That's that location. Unfortunately, that was. That hurt. Alright, so now let's go to the Dungeons of Daggeroth. Dungeons of Daggeroth. And let's see what we roll. High roll. Oh my god. See, this is what can screw you. Battle. Randomly select a hero. Okay. So D6. 5. So it's gonna be, of course, the priest. Okay. Heroes discovered a welcoming, warm, torchlit chamber with rows of shelves containing many old books and potions. While searching the shelves, 2 massive orc siege breakers enter and block the exit. Give this hero 1d10. Okay. The orc siege breakers have 2 health and a toughness of 6. That's a toughness of 6. Wait, sorry. While searching the shelves, 2 massive Orc Siege Breakers enter, catch the hero, and block the exit. Give this hero a D10. Done. The Orc Siege Breakers have 2 health and toughness of 6. The hero must combat 1 Orc at a time. Each round of combat, the hero rolls a D10 and modifies the result of the strength. If the result is equal to or exceeds Orc's toughness, deal 1 damage. If the result is lower, the hero takes 1 damage. Oh gosh, we got to fight 2 of these, right? Jeez. Okay. Well, so let's just put 2 dice out here to represent them. We got to fight them 1 at a time, right? Dang. Okay. Now it's modified by the strength, and of course the priest doesn't have any extra strength, so we're just looking for a straight up 6 or better. And if we don't make a 6 or better, she takes the damage. Lovely. All right, so here we go. First roll. It's a 1. She takes damage, goes down to 4. Second roll. Oh my god, it's a 3. She takes damage, goes down to 3. 4. Takes damage, goes down to 2. 7. Finally lands a hit. 1. Goes down to 1. Oh my gosh. And another 1 bites the dust. Okay, well. She is defeated. Alright, so what do we do when this happens? So we take a red and orange D12 and the white D3. And this happens immediately and then resume. So it's kind of like if they get knocked out, like it just interrupts it for a second. Also, I need to do this before I forget. She was defeated, so we got 1 on the fate track. Yeah. Lovely. So we're going to roll these. I'll explain to you what happens. All right, so you 3. So basically what we're doing is we're taking health, which is the red, essence, which is the orange, and then the D3, which kind of represents both. So she would gain back 15 health up to her max. She doesn't have 15. She goes there. And she would gain back her max essence, which these really got screwed up. I'll set this to the side. Go over. Now look at that. They're all screwed up. So she's going to get her full health, and then we resume the shenanigans. So she takes another damage. Oh my god. Takes another damage with a 4. That takes her to 6. Takes another damage with a 4. That takes, because she doesn't have any strength. She's down to 5. 5 is not a 6. She goes to 4 health. Goes to 3 health. Goes to 2 health. Oh my god. Goes to 1 health. Takes out one of the Orc Siege Breakers. Takes another damage. Takes her out. Means her fate track moves up. Show that. And we gotta resurrect her again. So 8, 9, 10, 11 health. So she 8's her max. She doesn't have any essence missing. She takes another health. She rolls a 10. She does the damage. She takes another health. Oh my god, 8, 7, 6. Okay, finally. Oh my god. She completes it. That is how quick this game can jack you up. So, we do take this. Of course, it's green. We know that it's not the rune. So this is a regular rune, a reroll, which we desperately needed. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, man, if I have to film this again, this is gonna be hilarious. I'll let you know. Yeah, I guess you're gonna know. I'm gonna keep looking over there because that's where the laptop's at. So we're gonna move now. When we move, so you see these white lines, these borders, we can't move diagonal, so we'd have to move to here. And that is the Ghost Isle. Happens to be the one on top. Gonna roll the beautiful D12. Okay, an 11. God almighty, please be something good. All right, as the heroes are searching the remains of the burnt temple, one of the heroes discovers an old chest. Select a hero and test lock picking. Okay. Lock picking 13. And it says select a hero. So obviously our rogue has a +2 to lock picking, so that's how we're going to choose. Select a hero and test lock picking and modify the result. Sorry. Lock picking 13 and modify the result with the hero's lock pick value. The hero has 3 attempts. On a success, the chest contains a D3 times 100 gold and a piece of loot. Draw 1 loot card from the silver treasure test deck. A third attempt, the lock mechanism breaks. So the silver is the kind of middle tier. It's this one. So bronze, silver, gold. So it's the middle tier one. So we really want to do this. We get 3 attempts at a 13. We're going to choose our rogue, right? Because she's got a +2. So we really need an 11. All right, 5 is not going to do it. That's her first attempt. 6 is not going to do it. That's her second attempt. 15, yes, is going to do it. All right. So that's a 17, so more than enough. So we get a D3 times 100. All right, so we got 200 gold. And this isn't, I don't think this is like, I'm just going to put it on her. I mean, it's kind of aggregate at the end, but and a silver loot, and I'll just shuffle these up one more time so you know there's no shenanigans. So we're going to draw the top card, and we get, ironic, Outlaw Blade. So you can see it's 2 damage, +2 to the warfare roll. It's a blade, and that green, that's the rarity. So there's several different rarities. We'll talk about that when we do the playthrough. It's a tier 2, so this would be an item that the heroes couldn't use until they reach the 2nd level, and it's worth 400 gold. In terms of selling and stuff like that. So awesome. It's a little bit of favor. So we're going to flip this over. Fortunately, it's not. It's not a yellow stone, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. And that takes care of that day. So let's go move over. So you see this goes very, very quick as you play through it. It's really meant to be a quick way to get in, just thematic, and just a way to explore the world that Roger's created, which is really fun. Like I said, in the other playthrough, I just did the generic startup, and it was okay. It did what it needed to do, but this is certainly more fun. And having some of those items and like knowing what they are and kind of having that anticipation to look forward to being like, oh man, when I get to level 2, I can finally use that. It's pretty cool. I do like that about it. So let's set this out of the way, and then we're going to the Tower of Kings next. Let's look in the back. Of course, the one time I look in the back, it's not there. Okay, it's the second one because apparently I can't see. All right, D12 time. Come on, come see another good roll. Oh my god. Okay, 4. That's not a good roll. Late one evening, the heroes are awoken by King Joshua, alerting them that the tower is under siege by 10 orc archers. Oh my god, 10 orc archers. Needs 3 heroes to man crossbows and at the top of the tower and fire upon the orcs. Select 3, and I'm going to finish reading all this because since we get to select them, there's some sort of like test or something that I may determine who I pick, right? Select 3 heroes to send to the top of the tower. Give each hero a D6 and assign a matching colored D12 to each hero for keeping track of which hero fired an arrow. Each round of combat, roll the 3D6, consult the results. 1 to 3, an orc shoots the hero. The hero takes 1 damage. A 4 to 6, the hero shoots and kills an orc. Use the D10 to keep track of how many orcs the heroes have killed. Once 10 orcs are slain, this event is over. Heroes can still take damage on the final roll. reaching 10. Okay, so let's go through this again. So give each hero D6 and assign a matching color D12 to each hero for keeping track of which hero fired an arrow. So basically, we need to make sure we know who fired the arrow. So it's potentially going to be damage taken. So we want the people with the most health, which at this point is going to be Kane or Red Feather. So put that there. Maheliac with 9. Yep, so Maheliac. And then we have 6, 7, 7. I guess we'll do 7 with Cerberinius. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to take the corresponding, red, black, blue. All right. And it says we're going, we got a D10. So we'll have our D10 ready over here. I haven't killed yet. Each round of combat, roll the 3d6 and consult the results. So we're going to roll this, and whatever we roll in this for each hero, right, that's what it's going to show us. All right, so we have a 3, a 4, and a 6. So 1 to 3, an orc shoots the hero takes a damage. All right, so Kane takes a damage. A 4 to a 6, the hero shoots and kills an orc. So we got 2 orc kills. So boom, there's our 2. First round completed. Second round. Woof. Okay. So Maheliac's going to take a damage. Kane's going to kill another one. That puts that to 3. And Brennan's going to take a damage. I'm trying not to use these rerolls, but if they take too much more, I may do it. Roll again. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to use both of these rerolls. Those glyphs to reroll these, which was a very good decision because that's Kane takes a damage, but we kill 2 more orcs, so that goes to 5. No rerolls left, but oh my god, everybody takes a damage. 7, Maheliac 8 to 7, Brennan 6 to 5. Okay, Kane takes another one down. That goes to 6. Brennan takes a damage. Maheliac takes a damage. Alright, Maheliac takes damage with his 2, but we kill 2 more orcs. So we got there. Alright, and then Kane takes 1 more, but we kill the last 2 for that. Cool. Done. We flip this over, and it is a regular rune. So we're definitely gonna have to go down. I'm hoping, like in a perfect world, it'd be nice if those 2 were it. And it's probably not that. We're not that lucky. That would be too good. Too good. So, oopsie. All right, so we're gonna put a marker here. We're gonna move down to Sanctum of the Dead. See what happens in the Sanctum of the Dead. Alright, Sanctum of the Dead. Rolling a d12. That is 6. Exploring an unsailing library located at the lower level, the heroes find many books about the witches of Dreadvale. One of the books describes a grisly act of decapitating the heads of young women and draining their blood for those witches to feast upon. That's all we got. It's great. So that's kind of like, again, the middle of the road. Nothing good, nothing bad. Based on the beating we just took. It's great. So we're going to go here to Castle Blackwood, which is actually a location that you can visit in the Dungeon Crusade game. All this lore, Roger's built in. All this lore. Castle Blackwood. I don't know why, apparently I have to look through all these like 3 times to find it. Alright, so we roll. It's a 1. No. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check and make sure. I think I can use that as a reroll on that roll. Yeah, that's what I thought. I just wanted to verify. You can use those rerolls not only for like anything that you do once you've gone to a location, but if you roll a really crappy roll like I just did, you can reroll for that location as well. Okay, so that's a 9. All right, 9 is supposed to be better. Oh, okay. Oh, this looks like it could be good, guys. This looks like it could be good. Sending a narrow stairway leading to the western watchtower. The heroes arrive at a sturdy wooden door with a massive padlock. Select a hero to test lockpicking. Well, you know who we're going to pick. Colin. 15 on that. And modify the result with the hero's lockpick value. The hero has 3 attempts. All right. And if it's a third attempt, of course it breaks. So a 15 with a +2 means that we need a 13 or better. 3 attempts to do that. She said, you know what, this ain't nothing on a 19. No, 19. All right, so the hero has 3 attempts. On a success, the heroes enter a small room and discover some small wooden figurines. A chest containing 1d8 times 100 gold. Hello. Come on, don't screw me on this roll. Oh my gosh, that's exactly what I wanted. So 800 gold. Holy crap. 800 gold. Guys, that's amazing. So there's 500. We're gonna count this out. 6, 7, 800 gold. Wow. Wowzy, wow. There it is. And 1 rejuvenation potion. Okay, so we got the rejuvenation potion. Now remember, let me just put this over here because this is really, it's kind of like a party stash, right? I could go ahead and use the rejuvenation potion like on Sabrinius because he's pretty low, but I may wait and hold it just, once somebody gets closer because we could have something unfortunate happen otherwise. So we got a decision. So here's what sucks. Gosh, I don't know which one of these to pick. So remember, we can't like really, I guess, backtrack, and we don't want to backtrack. So like if we go here, we'd have to go 1, 2, 3 to do that. I mean, I guess that's not horrible. Of course, that's not it. Then we kind of got to backtrack, but I mean, it's right beside us. I guess let's do it. The Lair of Abin. Who have been in high school. All right, roll the d12. Where did we do it? Roll d12. Oh my gosh, that's twice in a row. We've gotten so lucky. Passing by the tower, the heroes observe a grisly sight of a dead adventurer in the Blackwood Prowler who may have been fighting before getting ensnared by a mass of scarlet nightshade. Select hero and test willpower. Okay. All right. So willpower. That's we need a +3. So, doesn't really matter. So we'll just say Zeke. We're looking for a 10. He gets +3, so we need a 7 or better. We got a 10. On a success, the hero discovers a piece of gear under the mangled heap. Draw 1 loot card from the bronze treasure chest deck. That is this most basic deck. In. So you know there's no. Okay, well, let's use. All right, so Troll's Tooth necklace is what we got. And that takes care of that card. So we flip the card over. Hello. You see that? So that's our second rune. Boom. All right, so that takes care of the green and the red. No. Yes, the green and the red. So we just need a yellow. Oh, so we actually know. I mean, the only one it can be is this one. So we know that that's where we got to go. Okay. So let's go to the Forgotten Ruins next. Again, hopefully this is making sense. Like I said, it goes pretty quick. Pretty quick once you get started. So roll a d12. Okay, 4. Not great. Ripping away the overgrown ivy entrance, the heroes pry open the archaic wooden doors leading to the ruins. As the group ventures within, they head down an eastern corridor leading to a stone chamber completely empty except for a few torches and patches of ivy on the wall. As the heroes are about to leave the chamber, long, jagged spikes erupt from the floor. Each hero must test agility 13 3 separate times. On a success, they come close to the spike but move unscathed. On a fail, the heroes missteps and take a d3 damage. Oh my god! I don't have a reroll, do I? Oh Lord Jesus, we gotta do this 3 times. Holy Mother of Mary. Okay. Does it say each hero? Each hero must test agility 13 3 separate times. Each hero. Oh my god. Roger. Dude. That is not cool. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well. This is how it's going to get us. Agility 13 3 separate times. Let's just start. Is that right? Each hero must test agility 13 3 separate times. Gosh, okay. So +1, so we need 11 or better. We're just going to go through 11 or better. Pass. That's 1 check. That's a fail. He takes 3. We're going to go ahead and use this. So he doesn't take any. And he takes 2. That takes care of him, of Brennus. Now we're going to go to Zeke. He's also +1 with a 13, right? So 12 or better. And then a 19. Okay, 3, which is way bad, but at least he only takes 1 damage. And really? 1 short, he takes 2 damage. So that takes care of Zeke. Heliac gets a +2. Wait, 13. Yeah. 11 or better from Heliac. He fails. He takes 7, 6, 2. Oh my god, then he takes 3. Come on, dude, don't do it. Don't you fail me now. 11 +2 is 13. Barely. Or he would taken 3. Oh my god, that's... Okay, our rogue gets +3, so 10 or better. 8, that's a fail. She takes 2, so 7, 6, 5. That's 12 +2 is 14, so she's good there. Last check. 4, whoops, only takes 1. That takes her down to 4. Priest also gets +1, so looking at 12 or better. 13 is a good. 7 is not so good, so 6 to 4. And 15 is good. Oh my god, that would have been 3. That would have been devastating. Kane. Here we go. +2, so you're looking at 11 or better. 19. 14. 1 short. Within the 12, so he takes 2, so he goes down to 4. Okay, well. We managed to survive. I mean, the good news is we know once we go here, we just literally make our way back here. So We'll see what happens. All right, Hunter's Watch. This next locale we'll be headed to. Hunter's Watch. D12. An 8. Okay, so that's at least not bad. I think that's a good one. Leaving the cavern one evening. The heroes are called over by a burly and arrogant strongman, challenging one of the heroes to fight. Fist fight. He says you can beat him. Says if you can beat him the best of 3 rounds, he will reward them with 400 gold. Select one hero and test strength 11 3 times. If the hero meets or exceeds 11 at least 2 of the times, he shakes your hand and rewards them with 500 gold. So obviously strength is +3. So obviously Maheliak is like, Maheli, yeah, we're gonna do that. +3, 9, 10. That's 8 strength test basically with this +3. Do it 3 times. You can get at least 2 of these out of 3. Okay, that's 1. That's 2. Boom, we're good. Brother gets us 400 gold. Good job, Maheliak. So we're gonna put that over here in our stash. That's 1,000. That's 1,400 gold so far. That's not too bad. Best part is we didn't take any damage because we're tired of that bullcrap. Let me just tell you. All right, so we're gonna move over to the Tomb of the Undead. That's a big spot. Tomb of the Undead. That's the first one on here. Okay, cool. D12. Okay, 10. Good. As heroes search the graveyard south of the entrance of the tomb, they discover a heavy wooden chest within a shallow grave. Select one hero and test lockpicking. You know who that is. Gonna be Pollen, Ganymede. 14. Modify the result of the hero's lockpick value. The hero has 3 attempts. And we get some loot if we're successful. So 3 attempts at 14. She has a +2, so 12 or better. 3 attempts at a 12 or better. Oh, jeez, there's an 11. That was so close. 18? Yep. All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can do if I can 7 more moves. We'll be okay. On a success, the chest contains a D4 times 100 gold. Screw me with another 1d4. Okay, well, I guess 200 is better than 100, but that's kind of being a jerk about it, but whatever. And a piece of loot. Draw 1 loot from the gold treasure chest. Ooh, we got the good one. Oh gosh, if I can pick it up. So again, gonna shuffle so you know there's no shenanigans. We'll draw, let's give it a cut, and on our cat weasel. And boom, Cloak of Midnight, tier 2. Wow. I mean, I guess thematically, she's done all the work, so like all the loot is really apropos to Pollen. Cool. And of course we know look at that! It's the last sigil glyph. So they're all. So now we gotta do. Now we just gotta get back to Hope's Reach. What we gotta do. That is our goal. Success. All right. So I think 7 is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's. It's gonna be the quickest way. So Crypt of Sorrow. Crypt of Sorrow. Crypt of Sorrow. Alright, so let's go down here and see what we roll. Okay, an 11. Randomly select a hero. Exiting a western corridor into a torchlit antechamber of the crypt, this hero has discovered an ossuary. Roll a d6 and consult the results. Roll a d6 and consult the results. What are we gonna find? We've got a 4. 4 to 6. The hero finds a beautiful chest. Draw a loot card from the bronze treasure chest. Okay. So, boom. So, we've got a necklace of silverlight. So, that's a little range, and that's interesting. Range and. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's cool. Range and arcane. And it's a necklace. Cool. Okay. That was not terrible. Done. Ruins of Ashenfall. Ruins of Ashenfall. Ruins of Ashenfall. Don't ruin me. Please, please, please. Gonna do the roll. Alright. A chilly evening draws in. Do we have a reroll? We have a reroll. Yeah. Reroll, reroll. I do not like that. 9 is a lot better. Okay. That was my last reroll, though, I think. Yeah. Okay. Bashing open the wooden. That's a 9. Right. Yeah. Bashing open the wooden doors at the eastern entrance of the tower, the heroes split up and begin searchingly. Begin searching. Randomly select a hero. So D6. So it's going to be Sabrina's. The hero leads north and discovers an area with remnants of skeletons in a corner and 3 jail cells. In one of the locked cells sits a massive wooden chest. Test wisdom. Oh, great. It's got a +2. Okay, 6. The wisdom 10. No. He can't get in. Test wisdom 10. On a fail, the hero kicks the door of the cell in frustration and exits the area. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. Alright, Deadwood. Oops, I keep doing that. Go to Deadwood. Deadwood. Actually, you know what? I don't think I actually had a reroll. I grabbed this thinking that that was one that I had left. Oh well. Alright, we're just going to go with it. So now for sure I don't have any. Deadwood. Oh god, a 2. Jesus. Okay. As heroes journey toward the Deadwood, they enter a dark area that is quite steep with a tall, dense, withered tree surrounding them. Each hero must test evade. The heroes notice evade 14. On a success, they notice a goblin foot leaping from a tree to ambush them. They quickly step aside and slay the monster. On a fail, they're struck on the head by the goblin and knocked out. And then we roll a d4 and a d3. d4 is how much gold we lose, and d3 is the damage taken. Okay. Oh my god, that's horrible. That's horrible. That's horrible, horrible, horrible. Alright, so evade. So that's this arrow looking number here. So what is our evade number? 14. Wow. Okay, so 12 or better. All right, that's a fail. D4 and D3. Oops. Do we have? Oh no. All right, so for Sabrinius, the result of the notice D4 has been sold from the hero. Well, actually, this is from the hero. He doesn't have any money. I mean, the only person that's gotten any money. Oh wait, no, Heliac had 400. So I guess this really should. I guess I've never ran into that situation. But he takes 2 damage. Oh gosh, which takes the fate track up to 3. Lord have mercy. So now we gotta do the whole revive thing. So 10 health, which is his actual max, and a bunch of essence, which doesn't matter because he hasn't used any. I haven't used any essence. In the last playthrough, I had like half my essence was gone. I'd rather them take the essence, to be honest. I mean, it's like a second track to be taken from. Okay, next check. It's a 14. So we got a evasion of 2, so 12 or better for Zeke. The 15, he's good. A 12 or better for Maheliak with a +2. No. He loses all his money and takes 1 damage, which leaves him at 1 health, but hey, at least he's not completely dead. Oh gosh. He dies. It's gonna be so bad. Alright. Holland is a +2, so 12 or better. Oh my gosh, no. Goes down to 1 health. Loses 400. No. Dang, girl. Alright. Jorah loses 100 gold, which didn't have, takes 2 damage. And finally, Kane. Come on, man. Come on, do us proud. And a 19. Yep. He manages to. Okay, so card has been completed. Lord. Y'all, we're so close. It's what happened last time. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, okay. So we go to Witherbrook. So we just. Wait. Witherbrook. Forest. No. Witherbrook. Just Witherbrook. So there's a Witherbrook Forest, like west and east, but we're just in Witherbrook proper. Okay, and 11. Randomly select the hero. Well, let's go back down to here. I know y'all get tired of going here, but that's what we're doing. Randomly select the hero. Sbrinius. Blacksmith of the Witherbrook approaches the hero and begins to speak arrogantly. Take a look at this piece of the fine gear. Is this not the best you've ever seen? Test wisdom 10. He's got a +2, so we need an 8 or better. That's a 17, yes. On a success, the blacksmith gives the hero the piece of gear after hearing their kind words. Draw 1 loot card from the bronze treasure deck. And, oh, he got a footman sword. And it's actually a tier 1, which is good. So, that's nice. On a fail, something else happens. It doesn't matter because we were successful. So, boom. Now we're going. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. So we were here. We put that out. Now we go to the dungeon of Isolo. So all we got to do, make it through this. And make it through this. We will be victorious. All right. Let's see what happens. Let's get ready. Oh my gosh, that's a 12. Oh my gosh. Randall, select a hero. Okay, Sabrinius, he's very popular. This hero is ascended a small stairway in the dungeon and ventured into an overgrown alchemy chamber. Upon a shelf against the eastern wall, they discover a D3 times 100 gold and a rejuvenation potion. Hello. Rejuvenation. Okay, 100 ain't great. It's better than nothing. Boom. Dunzo. Back to the world map. We complete that dungeon. Boom. We make it to Hope's Reach. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Avalon, the adventure board game. Only thing I think I might have screwed up is that 1 reroll, but hopefully that wouldn't have. Hopefully we'd have had a character would have not got a bunch of damage if we'd have done the other option. But there you go. That's it. So that's pretty quick. That's what at least by my recording, it's an hour and 10 minutes with a bunch of explanation and me just blah 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 blah, which I tend to do. I'm sorry about that. But yeah. So what does that mean? So what's going to happen is, just as a recap. So when we start the actual playthrough, right? We're going to start with all of these items. So we're going to start with all of these items. So all 5 of these items. So we got a footman's sword, necklace of silver light. Well, let's go. So we got footman's sword, necklace of silver light, an outlaw blade, and troll's tooth. And we have a total of 900 gold and a rejuvenation potion. Now, the cool thing. So, also, I would point this out. We got 3 tier 2 items and 2 tier 1 items. So, the troll's tooth and footman's sword, those are going to be what we can use immediately. These 3 tier 2 items, all right, we can have them, but they can't be used until some of our heroes reach level 2. But we're going to start with 900 gold and the rejuvenation potion, which is great. Cool. So there you go. That is Avalon, the adventure board game. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that gives you a good idea. Like I said, this is an alternative to just doing some generic rolling and stuff like that. Because in the rule book, it's going to tell you when you start out, you can do some generic in the setup. Let's see, yeah, each hero gains starting gold. You can either get 100 gold, you can do a D3 times 100, or you can roll or none. It's like so you can randomize it somewhat, and so that's really all they start out with. So like, really, I feel like, and the first time I did it, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna start playing, and it's not gonna matter. Playing this way is great because you do get potentially get some weapons and stuff. And the thing is, like, well, let's just look and see. So like, these decks are made up of like basically 8 kind of lower level weapons for their tier, and then they got a handful, like 4 additional ones that are higher. So like it is possible, like we could have potentially pulled like that bow, which is freaking like 2 damage plus 3 range plus 3 spiritual. I mean, that's crazy. Like that would be something we could potentially pull. There's there's like this enchanted charm. It's like +4 to all your attributes. I mean, what the crap, dude? Come on now. And that was just the bronze deck, right? Let's go to the gold deck, which is like the ridiculous deck. So you got like, it's a good example. I mean, like, I'm not going to show you this one, but it's so good. It's so good. But I mean, you got like you can start finding stuff like you see that. See how in the corner, it's gosh, it's it's hard to do this backwards. So you see the blue and then the other circle there. So there's gems right in the playthrough. So you can actually add slot gems onto these weapons to give them additional powers and stuff. But like we could have got stuff like that. I mean, there's like a +4 piece of armor. There's like a 3 damage and +4 to 2 things. I mean, it's insane. So you have the potential to get that stuff. So, but yeah, that's what we got. So we're gonna start our playthrough with those items. We're gonna start our playthrough with these people, and I hope that gives you a good idea of Avalon, the adventure board game. And I look forward to you following me along in the Dungeon Crusade playthrough. Like I said, in the playthrough, we're going to be we're using the revised rules, updated rules. We're going to be talking about blitz movement, which is a new mechanic that Roger's come up with because one of the things about Dungeon Crusade is it's a great game, but like since your movement is based on a D6, it can be very slow to get to places that you need to go. So one of the ways to kind of speed up the game significantly is to use this blitz movement where we can really move around the map, get to the combat, get to the areas that we want to get to quicker, and not spend a lot of time just really rolling dice to try to move from place to place. We get to use that. Everybody gets to use that. All right, so we're not really getting an advantage. It's just literally speeding up the game. So that's what we're gonna do. And we got some other surprises hopefully along the way for you. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the subscribing. I am Justin, the Board Game Roamer. stay awesome, play a lot of games, and I will see you, my friends, in the next video. Bye, guys.